Hello viewers, welcome to the video series of solved question paper. 3b question is evaluate limit as extends to pi by 2 sin x to the power of tan x. So solution is, let me take the limit value as L. L is equal to limit extends to pi by 2 sin x to the power of tan x. Take log on both sides. So this is log L is equal to log limit extends to pi by 2 sin x to the power of tan x. Log L is equal to limit extends to pi by 2 tan x log sin x. So this is a power comes to the power into log of sin x. Log L is equal to limit extends to pi by 2 log sin x. I can write tan x as 1 over cot x. 1 over cot x is same as tan x. So I'll write tan x as 1 over cot x. So this becomes this form. F of pi by 2 plus h is same as f of pi by 2 minus h, same as f of pi by 2, which is equal to the limit. So first I will take this x as pi by 2 plus h, where h is a small quantity. It tends to 0 as x tends to infinity. So pi by 2 plus h. In second case, I will check with x as x pi by 2 minus h, and in the last case when x is equal to pi by 2. In all these three cases, if the limit value is, we know that the limit value is same. So first is put x is equal to pi by 2 plus h. Then what happens to log L is limit h tends to 0. H is a small quantity, tends to 0 as x tends to infinity. So h tends to 0 log sin x is pi by 2 plus h. Pi by 2 plus h divided by cot pi by 2 plus h. L is equal to limit as h tends to 0. If you differentiate here, we get 0 by 0 indefinite form. So apply L'Hospital rule. For that we need to differentiate the numerator and denominator separately. So differentiation of numerator is log of log sin pi by 2 plus h is 1 over sin pi by 2 plus h. Sin pi by 2 plus h into sin x is cos pi by 2 plus h. H is 1 divided by differentiation of cot pi by 2 plus h is minus cosecant square pi by 2 plus h. H is differentiation of h is 1. Log L is equal to minus limit h tends to 0. So what happens here is cosecant is 1 over sin pi by 2. It goes to the numerator and cancels with one of the sin pi by 2 plus h. So sin pi by 2 plus h into cos pi by 2 plus h is remaining. So here what we get is sin pi by 2 plus h into cos pi by 2 plus h. So log L is equal to, if you apply the limit sin 0 into cos 0 is same as 0. So if there is nothing e, L is equal to e to the power of 0. So L is equal to 1. Next case is put x is equal to, in that x is equal to pi by 2 minus h. So in that case also the limit h tends to 0. What happens to the limit is sin pi by 2 x is pi by 2 minus h by cot pi by 2 minus h. So log L becomes limit, if you apply limit h tends to 0, this becomes of the indefinite form 0 by 0. So we will apply L'Hospital rule, that is differentiate the numerator and denominator separately. So if you differentiate denominator, log function is 1 over sine pi by 2 minus h into sine differentiation is cos pi by 2 minus h, divided by the differentiation of cot function is minus cosecant square pi by 2 minus h into h differentiation is 1. So the 1 over cosecant square is nothing but 1 over 1 upon sine square pi by 2 minus h. So sine square, it goes to the numerator, so it cancels with 1 of the sine pi by 2 minus h, and since here 2 is there, so 1 is left here. So what we get is log L is limit h tends to 0 sine pi by 2 minus h, one of the sign is remaining, into cos pi by 2 minus h. Now you apply the limit h tends to 0. So this becomes sin pi by 2 cos pi by 2, which is nothing but 0 log L. So this implies L is equal to e to the power of 0, which is 1. So here also the limit value is 1. Now consider the case when x is pi by 2. So that is limit x tends to pi by 2 log sin x upon cot x. So this is also 0 by 0 if you apply limit indefinite form. Again we apply the L'Hospital rule, that is differentiate the numerator and denominator separately. What you get is log L is limit x tends to pi by 2 log sin x is 1 over sin x is cos x into 1 upon cot x is minus cosecant square x, cancels with one of the, of course use the minus sign, the minus sign of this, sorry, minus. So since it is 0, e to the power of 1 cosecant square x. So log x is this minus sign, log L is equal to minus limit x tends to pi by 2. So it cancels with one sign, sin x into cos x. Log L is 0. L is e to the power of 0, that is L is 1. So in all the cases